Well, good morning on day 3. We are here back where we left off yesterday, Rowardennan, and headed to Invernanan. And it's going to be 15 miles and about 1,500 feet of elevation gain. That's our van, and that's part of our crew getting ready to head out. So off we go for what's reported to be the hardest day on this trip because of the conditions of the trail, rocks and roots, and hopefully it won't rain or won't rain too hard. So off we go. There's Mike getting content. Well, so far, about a mile in, it's starting to sprinkle a little, and actually have mostly a walk along the loch through the trees. So it's still pretty nice, but we're going to break out of this, I assume, and I didn't actually realize this was a road until right now. Well, day 3, there's a low route and high route option on most days, but the low route option is closed for repair, and we're on our way up the high route. Well, I'm thinking they get a lot of rain here. Everything is covered in moss. Trees, the rocks, and I have pulled out my new Altus poncho for the first time on this trip, or any trip, getting it ready for the Camino Inglés after this, and the Camino out to Musha, where the Badgerita will be joining me in another week or two after I get off the West Highland Way. So got to get this poncho tested out before that, and so far I really like it. Well, this is a pretty sweet path. As you notice, it's higher in the middle, and it's got drainage down both sides, so it's not muddy at all. Well, I'm cresting the hill, and it's a big group here. So I'm about 4 3/4 miles in from the start, and the blue alternate route, the high route, has rejoined the red, normally primary low route. So it's all back to one route, but again, the low route is under construction, so everybody was already on this route to begin with. The rocks and the tree root section. We have begun. Well, it's looking like we've got 8 or 9 miles of basically walking along the edge of the loch with the slope on our right, and we get these intermittent flat spots followed by fairly tricky uphill and tricky downhill spots. And that's why most people feel that this is the hardest section, because I think of all the rocks and roots and how wet it is. I just found out that we could have been on that instead of walking this whole way. So we're thinking about
something if we let Travis walk ahead
and got there first. There's no pressure, Allison, just two cameras watching you. So make it look graceful and easy.
I came down the left there.
Nicely done. Now there is the proper waterfall. Start slow up there. Well, it's kind of a stopping point about halfway through our day today. Nice inn and hotel. So I would call this sort of relentlessly beautiful. We are going up and down, up and down, up and down, right along the coast. Well, the trail broke out into this wide open area, which we haven't seen since we left this morning. It's been lake on one side, hill on the other, trees overhanging. I'm sure this isn't going to last, but it's much easier walking than what we've been through so far. But I have a feeling that's about to end. So with about 4 miles left to go, we have come out of the rocky tree route, climb up and down, slow moving, out away from the loch now. We are still 3 miles out, but we are getting very close to rounding the corner and coming to the head of Loch Lomond. And remember, we've been walking for 2 days now along the shores of Loch Lomond. This is a huge body of water. What do you think, Lawman, about today? That's all you got? Easy day, hard day?
A hard day, but I think it was the most scenic of the three.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It was brutally beautifully scenic, but not easy. Well, I'm not sure if that's where we're going, but quite a nice little village right on the edge of Loch Lomond. We've got a little bit more climbing to do and a few more miles, and we'll be in for this day. It's been a 7-hour, 20-minute day. I think we're getting pretty close to our accommodation. It's going to end up being 15 miles after the previous day of 15. So we've had 2 pretty good days in a row. And I look forward to a shorter day tomorrow. I think tomorrow is hiking day 4 out of 8, so we'll pass the halfway mark at that point. But until mañana, the Cid out. So we, the Lawman and I, are pulling up to the Drover's Inn, and it is supposed to be old and quirky and fun, and we're glad to be done with our 15 miles. It's been a long day, 7.5 hours, and of course it would rain right in the last half mile of us pulling in, but that's okay. It could have rained all day long. So once again, the Cid out. We're just grinding out the miles here with my friend, the Birdman. And I'm going to have him tell you a little bit about this YouTube channel, Foxtrot Adventures. I think you know a little bit about that, don't you, Mike?
A little bit, yeah.
Right.
I created it.
So, Birdman, tell us what kind of content that you have on Foxtrot Adventures.
Yeah, so Foxtrot Adventures started out with some backpacking trips, Ken, and then when the missus and I got the camper, we included our camping trips. We've been as far northeast as Maine, as far west as Montana, and as far southeast as Alabama to Florida. In fact, we've slept in that camper in 27 states, Ken.
Wow.
Wow. So, yeah, the channel's hiking, backpacking, and camping.
Now, I'm pretty sure you have another thing that you're heavily involved with. You want to tell us what your hat says there?
Yeah, that's Frontline Freedom. So, backpacking resonated with me so much and improved my physical health and mental well-being that I thought it might benefit other first responders, and so I joined on with this nonprofit, started in Ohio. It's 100% volunteer, and we take first responders backpacking and hiking at no cost to the first responder, and we have all the gear: backpack, sleeping bag, tent, everything you would need. You just sign up for it, and you're responsible for your own food and clothes. Other than that, we got you.
Now, you've got a website for that too, right?
Yeah, it's www.frontlinefreedom.org.
Very cool. And as a ex-first responder, captain, right, in the police department?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, no, yeah, lieutenant. Thanks for the promotion, Ken.
Lieutenant. Well, captain, I didn't want to break the news to him, but his other lieutenant called me and said he's been promoted, but we'll save that till he gets back. Yeah. Anyway, that's a little bit about one of my hiking companions who I met on the JMT, right?
Yeah.
And that was a few years back, so we're reuniting in Scotland. So more about that maybe later on.